We'll be having my second interview with professional boxer Joe Veazy this evening. Once he joins in, we'll get started on the interview for this evening. All right, so I'm in here with professional boxer Veazy. This is going to be my second interview with you, Veazy. I'd like to thank you for hopping back on the podcast and doing this second interview. The first time around was pretty good, so I thought we hooked back up together and do a second interview. But first off, I wanted to say congratulations for your win that you had a month ago. You captured your first world championship in the sport of boxing. You're now 9-0. That's incredible. So I wanted to congratulate you on that win.
Thank you very much, buddy. It's no champion yet, but it's a regional title, Atlantic title. But we'll get to that world title. But thank you very much for definitely my first belt in the pro ranks. But I do appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
welcome.
happy to be back.
Is it the ABF belt, if I'm not mistaken? Okay.
ABF and their Atlantic title. So there's they got regional titles, USA title, and then a continental title. This would be their Atlantic title.
All right, that's huge, though. Congrats on that win last month in the month of February. So my first question to you is, after that championship win, what is the feeling when you go into training now that you are a champion? What is the feeling of that, waking up every morning knowing that you're a champion in your young career so far?
It lets me know I'm doing the right shit and that I need to keep it going, and it gives me just more motivation to keep striving for bigger and better accomplishments, bigger paydays, bigger fights.
Okay, I respect that. So when you were heading into that fight last month, what was your thoughts? Were there any butterflies going on? Were you anxious knowing that you could be moments away from winning a championship, or were you just treating it like any other fight?
I'd say each fight now is growing and growing. It's getting more and more comfortable. Things are everything from the nerves to just, I don't know, everything, just the locking in's coming a little at a slower pace and a better pace. Everything's becoming more comfortable now. So anytime I'm fighting at home, it's, I guess I want to put on a show, and I always want to steal the show regardless if I'm the main event or not. I want to make sure I'm the fight everyone's talking about and everyone remembers afterwards. So there's always pressure, pressure to impress and pressure to surpass everyone's expectations. But me and my team have putting that hard work in lately, and I think the last two outings have been, I give them great scores on both of them. So, I mean, I'm just trying to keep doing that, and hopefully we can do a few more this year.
Okay, yeah, that was going to be one of my next questions, actually. When was your next? Do you have a new fight planned, a new date planned, or not at this particular moment, or do you have something in the works?
Actually, I guess you can consider this me announcing it, because I found out short notice or last minute, or I found out a few hours ago. I haven't posted nothing because I don't have any flyers or nothing. Don't even got the tickets. I'm picking the tickets up tomorrow morning, but actually April 22nd, so it's just a little over 4 weeks away. April 22nd, I'll now be fighting at the Patapsco Arena right here in Baltimore.
Oh, wow. That's what's up. I didn't know you were going to say something like that, but congrats for the fight being announced. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I had no idea either, buddy. That's how new this is, but we don't have an opponent or nothing yet. But as far as I know, I'm grabbing tickets tomorrow. They start at 60, and if you want to get up close, VIP is 120. But hit me up for tickets. I'll have them tomorrow morning, is what I'm being told. The guy's dropping them off actually tomorrow afternoon. But short notice, so come get them quick, and I'll have more details hopefully by this weekend. But that's about all
Okay, yeah,
I know. That's all I know right now. I just gave you everything.
that's what's up though. Congrats on that. Yeah, because I was gonna ask you, actually, what was next? Is this fight gonna be at 140, or are you going back up to? I know last time we talked, you
I told you everything. I don't know. I told you everything. We'll
were.
see. I told. They said, "What weight you want to fight?" I said 140, but you know, it depends. We'll see what the opponent wants to do. I'm down to go a little bit lower in weight is kind of the plan, but we'll also be fighting 100%. We'll be fighting in we'll be back in the casino in July, back on my promoter's card, Jetta Promotions. So I think it's July 15th, whatever that Saturday is. I think it's 15th. July 15th, we'll be back at Man Alive Casino. But yeah, it looks like as of today, now we're going to be fighting April 22nd as well, and that is Jetta, or no, what is that? That's not Jetta Promotions, my promoter. So that'll be Tony Ponytail Promotions, James Hogan. I've known him my whole life, local guy. Bunch of other local fighters, like all Baltimore dudes. So buy your ticket from me, hit me up ASAP, and
That's
it's
huge.
gonna be a hell. If Bazooka Joe's on the show, you know it's gonna be killer now. So come in, you might as well come out, man. I think they got tables at 10 up VIP are for like 120 a piece a ticket. So 120 get up close, 60 for generals. But yeah, I told you all, everything. So we'll see what weight. But now, my goal within the end of the year next year is to probably go down to 135 lightweight. But
Okay.
40 for now. But I'll fight at 47. I ain't gonna fight nothing bigger than that at this point. But I guess 135 to 147, I'll fight anywhere in there.
Yeah, that's huge that you're actually comfortable at fighting at 135, 140, 147. That's great. So when you do the math on it, is that going to be 4 or 5 times you fight this year?
So we fought what? We fought once, April, July. I think I'm told October, and then maybe December. So I mean, at least 4. Hopefully, we're shooting for 4, maybe 5. But yeah, I got one done this year, and like 2 more lined up. It looks like, and then there'll be another one. So yeah, probably 3 more fights this year, hopefully, if maybe more.
That's huge, man. Congratulations to that.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
so with all these fights now that you just announced, one that's coming up very quickly, April 22nd. What is your inspiration to take your career to the next level? Is it fighting more fights per year? Is it training harder? What is the motivation to stay on top and get to the next level in your career?
I mean, I guess both of what you said is part of it. You gotta work hard and gotta more fights. Faster you move up in the ranks, faster you get the calls. But I've been back in the game fighting for now over 2 years, back since the whole comeback we talked about all that last time. But
Yeah.
we had a goal. I think we surpassed that. We just made another goal, and I think everything. Hopefully, we on point to do that. So I mean, we're moving up level by level, stage by stage, faster than expected. So we're just going to keep working hard. I'm going to keep listening to my coaches that have been doing this for 40 years. So they know what's up. I got a great promoter, Tony Jetter and Kristen Jetter with Jetter Promotions. So I'm going to stick with my team, and we're going to keep rocking out. And things have been going good, so we're going to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, that's great, man. And I'm very proud of you and the success you had so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. And I didn't get a chance to go to the next one, but I guarantee you, whether it's the 22nd one, July, I'm coming to see. I'm coming to see what Bazooka Nation is all about in person. I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly. I just dropped 2 dates for you, so you got it. And like I said, for the April show, I should have tickets tomorrow. So get them now. And if anyone's looking to do some promotions, sponsorships, hit me up. Depending on what you're trying to do, we got a lot of different options. Me and my team can talk. But I'm talking to everybody right now. Just Bazooka Nation is in the house. But I'm very happy to be on a podcast with you, man. You got anything boxing related else you want to talk about?
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to go into next. Pick your brain a little bit. I know you follow the sport. So what are your thoughts on the calendar year 2023? There's a lot of big fights lined up. We got one this weekend of David Benavidez, Caleb Plant. Next month, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Fulton versus Inoue. It was postponed, but I think we're going to get that sometime during the summer. Haney, Lomachenko. What do you think is the biggest fight out of all those fights for this year so far?
I don't know. Henry Lomachenko is going to be is a really good matchup just because those are two crazy guys. But who do you think who's picking this weekend? That's what I want to ask you anyway. I don't I can't my mind I'm thinking about April 22nd at the furthest now. I work on like a 3-day schedule. I think like 3 days ahead, so I don't think about. But this weekend is the Benavidez playing. Who you got on that?
I think there's a coin flip.
That's
A
cool.
coin flip when you come to. I think it's 50-50. It's like I want to say Plant, but I think Benavidez is gonna get to him because the way how
Yeah.
Plant fighting on his back foot, I think it's gonna be. I think he's gonna be up on the scorecards like in a similar way when he fought Canelo. But I think that's just gonna be too much for someone like Benavidez, who's younger, stronger, and quicker. I think as the later rounds go, I think that Benavidez gets the advantage. I think he gets a knockout. Probably say in the 10th round. I'll go Benavidez knockout 10th round.
Okay. That's a that's very good points. I can see where you're coming from, but so remind you, 10th round. That's how long it took. So you think Canelo and Benavidez would take the same amount of time to stop Plant? That's
Ah,
how long it took Canelo, and I think Canelo better than Benavidez. Benavidez might be bigger and stronger, but
yeah.
it's still and Plant was giving Canelo issues for a
Yeah,
while.
he was. Yeah, I will say
So
that. And
so you so you think you're not? So I think he might give. I'm going with Plant just because his style is.
yeah,
But I can definitely see Benavidez could get to him. He does have the power and the ability to, and he's the favorite. But I'm if I was betting, which I don't gamble, but I'd bet on Plant.
yeah. I
Decision,
really,
decision, but I'd bet on Plant.
I think Plant really does have a chance. I think because they had bad blood between each other. I think it just gets to the point where Benavidez he has to take it. He has to control his anger in there because he's automatically going to go for the knockout within the first few rounds. I think,
I
but
mean,
he has
that's
to
just what he
slow the.
does.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to slow the
That's what he
pace down.
does.
'Cause Caleb Plant is that he's that guy that I think the mind games are going to be a factor in that fight too. It's tough, man. I'm not going to be
That's a big one.
surprised if Plant,
It's
but
one of the it's one of the better fights to look in. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be a great fight. I'll definitely be watching. But then of course we got to talk about local fight Tank and Ryan. That's coming up. So I'm taking. I
yeah,
mean, I'm going with Tank. Tank. I think I might take a couple rounds, but Tank's gonna get to him one way or another. Tank will get to him. I think it's gonna take a couple rounds. Tank's gonna get him.
yeah.
I
Honestly,
think it's gonna be like 9-10 rounds, but I think Tank's gonna get him. Someone's going out, and I think it's gonna be Ryan. But don't get me wrong, Ryan has more than the ability to catch Tank. But I think if he does, we'll have to do it early. He don't have the rounds like Tank's been, nor quite with the competition. And Tank's got so many layers to him. I don't know, but Ryan could too, because Ryan normally knocks everyone out so early, so he doesn't have to do the rounds and show all his different layers. So it's possible. And Ryan is a little bit bigger, probably physically, but Tank is. Tank's got so many different things he can pick onto. I'm thinking Tank's going to stop him late, not super late, but like 9th or 10th. I think Tank's going to take a little while to settle in, but once he does, he's going to find it. And maybe not find it once, but once he finds it 3, 4, 5, 6 times, it's going to. I think one of them was going to break him down and get him.
yeah, that's some good points there. I think the hype with Ryan is his power, but I don't think he has the footwork of Tank. I don't think he has, like you said, he hasn't been in deep waters like Tank when it comes to experience, when it comes to late rounds. To be honest, I think how that fight plays out, I think it'll have a similar way of how like the Mario Barrios fight played out or the Rolly Romero fight. Because I'm not saying they have this hand speed of Ryan, but they are bigger guys. I think Gervonta is going to take a couple rounds to collect like data
Yeah.
time in there. I think he'll be down. I'll probably say the first 2-3 rounds he'll be down the scorecard, but after that he's going to pick it up. I think he's going to get the knockout within. I give it at least 8 to 9 rounds. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't be.
I could even see Ryan be winning. And how you said about Barrios, I could see that too. Barrios was giving Tank issues, and Barrios might even be winning. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. But Tank's gonna catch his
I,
ass. Tank's gonna catch his
I,
ass.
I, see- I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I think that. What do you think? You think that's the biggest fight? I know there's a chance that we could get Earl Spence and Crawford, but if that fight doesn't happen, do you think that's the biggest fight in the sport of 2023?
probably for American fans at least, for sure.
Okay.
For definitely for the American fans, with both them being young Americans, undefeated champions. Yeah, so definitely. But in the sport of boxing, I don't know. There's so many big names worldwide. Like this, I feel like any Canelo fight's the biggest fight in the world. And what's this Usyk Fury BS? They're fighting and they're not fighting. They're fighting. That's the biggest fight in boxing if it happens. Is Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. But now apparently it's off again over some other. I don't know. To me, it kind of seems like Tyson Fury's the one that don't want it because it seems like Usyk's agreeing to everything and Fury says yes, but then does. I don't know. That's boxing and politics of boxing and all that. I don't know, but everything I read, it sucks. I wish that fight would
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
That's the
I agree.
that's the biggest fight in boxing. There you go.
Yeah.
You asked me that.
That's monumental because we haven't seen a heavyweight champion and I mean an undisputed heavyweight champion in like years in boxing. It's been a long time. I really wish those guys would get it in. I heard this the split of the purse was 70-30 in favor of Tyson Fury. I think that's kind of wild. But yeah, even though Usyk still wanted it, I feel like Tyson Fury's playing around. I don't think he's ready. I think that wasn't the fight supposed to be April 28th, right?
Dude, I don't even can't even keep track at this point. I just want them to one literally. It's like 2 days or 3 days they're fighting, and 2 or 3 days they're not. But I mean, it's kind of weird too on the purse split because I mean Tyson Fury is like he's the, the draw. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the
Yeah,
draw, just like so he's gonna make more money. But I mean, he had all the belts before he gave him up. So he's like the lineal champ, and really he had everything before he gave it up. But now Usyk's got what all but the one because he fought for him when Tyson, retired. Like they all do, they keep retiring so they can keep adding stats. But really, if you consider, so it depends who you consider the challenger, because really the challenger only gets 25%. So I mean, 70-30, it's not like it's crazy, but like historically in history, normally the challenger only gets 25.
yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, you are right about that.
So I don't know. So I don't know, but Tyson Fury's a draw. So when he's so big of a name, that's what it is. He thinks he can say whatever he says and he's going to get, and he pretty much does anyway. Just like Canelo, just like Floyd, just like Ray Leonard, just like Ali. They're to the point where if you don't do what they say, you're not going to get. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get the fight. So you might as well just do what they say. So you can still going to be the most money you ever made and the biggest spotlight you ever had in your life. So you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Really, yeah. Who cares? It's more money in the biggest fight in boxing. They just need to make it happen one way or another.
I agree with that. I agree with that. So that brings us to Devin Haney and Lomachenko. How do you see that fight playing out? That's a huge undisputed lightweight championship fight too. How do you see that playing out?
I think it's going to be a good fight because who they both are. But Haney's he might be. He's Haney. I don't really think anyone's beaten him. Him, Tank, and Shakur are both just crazy at lightweight.
Yeah,
I think Shakur's the best. But really, I think the only two I even think I have a chance with Haney are those two. But Lomachenko is Lomachenko, and for a
yeah.
while it looked like no one was ever going to touch Lomachenko. He looked invincible. But I
Mhm.
mean, one we've seen he's not because we always figure that out. Everyone that looks invincible eventually isn't. But he does. He's got a lot of age, a lot of fights on his belt, not necessarily in the pros, but just over his lifetime. And you can definitely tell he slowed down over like in his last two fights. You can see where he's getting older. So I'm definitely going to stick with Haney. But I will not be surprised if looking Lomachenko is rested, recovered, and pulls. I want to be surprised, but I think Haney's too big and too long with that jab and his skill set. I'm definitely going to say Haney's going to probably just box the shit out of him like he does everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's a really interesting fight. Like you said, the mileage on Lomachenko at this point in his career, someone that did look invincible. It proved that he hasn't been. He's looked a little bit off in his last few fights. I thought that fight he had in 2020 with Teofimo Lopez was kind of interesting. I was surprised that he actually lost that fight. But yeah,
Everyone,
yeah, mileage.
everyone was, yeah.
Mileage does catch up to you. Yeah, like you said, that jab of Devin Haney's is going to win him a lot of rounds. I think right now, when you talk about the jab game, I think him, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson have the best jab in the sport. So I think that's going to be a good advantage to him in this fight. You can put Bivol up there too. I think he has a stiff jab.
People and Usyk, all he does is the whole damn fight.
Yeah,
He don't stop. He don't stop. He don't stop.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
no, you're right. Bivol, Haney's crazy and stuff. But I don't know. You can see him get tired. That's why I think Tank might be able to touch him. If he hits like a light heavyweight or some shit, dude. Look at the way he just crumbles people. And no one's invincible. I mean, look at him. He does. Man, Haney, he can jab you to death and he can move. He can move around. He know how to use them feet good.
yeah. But yeah, I like Haney retaining. So I'll ask you before I ask you about the next big fight. Who would you like to see Haney if he stays at 135? Who would you like to see him defend his championships against before the end of the year? Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Davis? Which one would you like to see more by the end of the year?
I guess Shakur, honestly, probably. I don't know. I need three of them. Well, probably Shakur, just because I don't know. I think they're the two. Just their skill sets are crazy, and they both like to talk smack. So I feel like it'd be. I don't know. I feel like that would be the one.
Yeah,
I feel like Tank, like, and they both more so need each other. Now I don't want to say need each other because they're both world champions. They're both fight big fights. But Tank could fight you, or he could fight Donald Duck, and he gonna be on pay-per-view though. You know what I'm saying? The other ones,
yeah,
they're still fighting on like regular. They're still fighting on TV and on big ass platforms and making big. But Tank is just. I feel like Tank on the promotional levels a lot higher than them. So I
yeah,
feel like them fighting each other, that would be the biggest fight for both of them. Where Tank can
yeah.
fight anybody, and it's gonna be Tank fight anyone. It's gonna be a big fight.
Yeah, that makes sense, what you said. I'd like to see any of those guys, anything. We get Shakur, Davis, Haney, Shakur. And if we could get any of those fights by the end of the year, that's a win, I think, for everybody watching. I think that's a win for the sport.
I mean,
So I would like to see them get in there with one of those guys by the end of the year.
we got the two most popular fighting. I mean, Ryan and Tank are definitely the most popular. You know what I'm saying? Not to say they're the best. They're definitely the most famous and most popular. So we'll get that. We're getting the big, the stars fighting each other. So hopefully,
Yeah.
it just keeps spilling over because those four at that weight, that's serious.
Yeah. How do you feel about? I know this fight has been rescheduled. I'm hearing reports about July, but how do you think Fulton and Inoue fight plays out? How do you think that? Who do you think wins that fight?
The monster. In a way, he's a monster, dude. I don't think I'll really ever bet against him, to be honest. He's a
Okay.
beast. He's a beast. That dude's serious. And if y'all haven't heard of him, I can't. It's Inoue, I believe it's very spelled differently. But but just look him up, the monster, and if you haven't, a lot of people in America haven't seen him because he's like the star over in Asia, and he's like top 3 pound for pound. The dude is serious, skills, power, speed. He got it all, man. He's scary. So I don't really think I'd ever bet against that guy. But Fulton's don't get me wrong, Fulton's a killer. But I don't know. I'm not going to go. I'm definitely on Team Inoue when pretty much anyone he's fighting, unless it's my buddy Dimes from Baltimore. He's 118. I think he's 14, 15. He might be 15-0 now. He's right there looking for a world title shot, if not a title eliminator. So Dominique Crowder, he's from Baltimore, New York, kind of bounces back and forth. But that's my buddy. We spar and whatnot. Unless he's the only 118 pounder, I'll probably I'm voting over in a way to put with you. But this Inoue's coming up. I mean, he's 112, 115. Now he's coming up. So no, not 118 now. This 122, right?
Yeah, 122. Yeah.
Okay, so Don's down to 118, but still, they put him in that mix, give him some money. But that's a big payday. But I don't know, dude. Inoue's serious. I don't think I could vote against him.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know if I have a winner for that one yet because it's like they're both so good. I would say right now, yeah, because his following is definitely in a different country. I know his fights really come on for us like 4 or 5 a.m. when he does get on, when he's like fighting and stuff. But I would say right now he's if on my pound for pound list, I put him at 2 right now. I say Crawford's number 1. It's getting to the point where he's got to prove something because these fights, other than Earl Spence, is not doing it for him. How do you feel about that situation? Do you think Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford at this particular point need to fight each other?
Um, that's even a messed more situation than Fury and the Usyk, but it seems like they're trying to make it happen. It seemed like Terrence was agreeing to everything too, from what I hear and read. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I wish they would fight, but the man.
Yeah. Oh, Veazy, you still there? Oh, I hear you. I think you. All right. But yeah. So that brings. Oh, what was that? Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear you. I don't know. I know we're off.
All right. Yeah, so that would bring me to my final question today. So what is your biggest goal for the rest of the years since you had your first win of the year? You now announced that you have a fight upcoming April 22nd, one coming in live in July. What is your goal or what is your biggest goal for the rest of the year? Is looking to collect more championship gold, or are you looking to have a lot of successful title defenses? What's your biggest goal for the rest of the year?
Pick up as many wins as possible. Hopefully, set myself up to maybe get a TV fight sometime next year, show box or something. Keep growing my fan base. Keep selling more tickets. Let's get some bigger sponsors and just keep living the dream. Honestly, I'm really living my dream still at this age, so I'm keeping rocking with it. But yeah, no, just win, win, win. I just want to keep running up the. I mean, I'm only 9-0. It's a great accomplishment, but we got to, you know, they need to get a little bit more rounds under my belt before they're going to want me on TV. So I'm just trying to prove that I'm ready to get on TV, get the bigger paychecks and the bigger spotlights, keep growing my name, and keep growing up on the rankings. But then the next 2 years, I think things will be pretty serious. We'll be, the name will be more than 10 times bigger than it already is. So just trying to keep Bazooka Nation growing. And I think by winning, putting on entertaining fights, having good conversations with guys like you, I think that'll happen. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Keep listening to my team, working hard. But yeah, I'm going to try to run up at least 3 more wins this year. So I guess my goal is we're not try to get at least 12-0 this year. That'd be a good way to end the year by at least 12-0.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff, Veazy. I'd like to say congratulations to you again on your win last month. I'm looking forward to the fights that you have upcoming this year. I will be in contact with you. If I don't go to the April 22nd one, I'm going to the live one in July so I can see the Bazooka Nation in person and see the hard work that you've been putting in. So I'm really proud of you. Proud of you chasing your dream, especially coming from this area, doing it from Maryland. So congratulations to you. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do for the rest of the calendar year 2023.
Thank you, buddy. I'm happy to be here. And everyone, you're looking to come on out, give me a follow, message me on here, Bazooka Nation, and we will get you them tickets. Come on out April 22nd. Thanks for having